Hey, it's Ken from Homebrew Audio. I wanted to let everyone know about a new tool that makes it fast, easy, and inexpensive to remove mouth click noises from your voice recordings. These are saliva and tongue noises that can be super annoying and really distract from an otherwise professional sounding recording. It's always been possible to do it for free using the equalization effect in any audio program. So in Audacity, that would be the graphic EQ program like this. I even showed how to do that using the free program called Audacity, which is this program here, in a video that I did a while back. But there are two huge problems with doing it this way. First, it needs to be done really surgically. You have to zoom way in on the click itself. So in this particular example, the click is right in there. So I would have to zoom all the way in and apply the EQ just to that click. And the reason for that is going to become apparent in just a minute here. But the fact that you have to do that leads to the second problem, which is if you have, say, a 30-minute podcast, or worse, a 4-hour audiobook, zeroing in on every click individually, one at a time, and going through this process would be impractical. It would just take way too much time. So here I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the old way, free way, that I used to teach how to do it. You can still do it this way, and it might still be good to have this understanding, but really you don't need to anymore if you don't want to. Okay, so let's say that you're listening to some audio and you hear a click. To not have saliva sounds in your voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. Okay, so I heard one. Prevent them from happening. Right after prevent them from happening. So right when I'm saying from. And I can see that it's happening right here. Okay, so what I would do in the old days is I would select that first. Then I would go into Effect and I would choose Graphic EQ. And then I would scoop out some certain frequencies here that I explained in the old video. So I have a user preset here for that, which is saliva click, and that's all of these high frequencies. And I would click OK. And as you can see, I'll undo it and then redo it again. That was the click there, and I'll redo it, and you can see that it disappears. So it works, and that's great. But imagine, having to do that for every single mouth click that you hear in a really, really long audio program. So voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. Okay, so that's gone. The reason why I have to zoom in on every single one and can't just select, say, all of the audio there and then hit the EQ is that if I do that, all of this audio will sound really muffled. And here is an example. So let me undo that, put that click back in. Now I'm going to select all of this audio. I'm going to go back in and apply this to all of this audio here, that entire phrase. Now take a listen to it. Voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. Ooh. It sounds very muffled. Let me undo it. Listen. Voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. Redo it. Voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. So you can't apply the EQ to a large section of audio just to take care of the clicks. You have to zoom in very tightly so that you don't do this to your audio. Okay, so undoing it again. Voiceover record. So the audio sounds good again. So wouldn't it be great if you had a tool that you could select all of the audio like this and it would affect only the mouth click? There actually are professional editing tools out there and have been that can do the job, but they're pretty expensive. It sets you back at least $300. But just recently, Accusonus added a new tool to its already excellent Era bundle of vocal plugins. It already had fast and simple to use tools for noise reduction, de-essing, and plosives, otherwise known as PPOPs. Now they have added the mouth declicker. As with all their plugins, there's only one control, one great big knob. You don't have to mess around with frequencies. Don't even have to know what a frequency is. These tools often do have some other controls to tweak if you want to. In this case, there is one other control for choosing normal or broad. But not only will you usually not need it, you often won't even need to move the knob. The default setting is usually all you need. Though I do admit that in other tests, some of my clicks needed me to turn the knob higher, but in this one, I didn't. So let me go ahead and demonstrate how to use the new mouth declicker tool. So let's remind, or I'm going to make this bigger here so you can see where the click is. It's right there. Zoom in right there. Okay. So let's go to Effect, Era 5 Mouth Declicker. And there's our single knob. I'm going to move it out of the way. Keep your eye on the click right here. All I'm going to do is click Apply. Oops, it's telling me I haven't selected any audio. That's a good reminder. Let's select a bunch of audio. Let's select all of this, so I can demonstrate that I don't need to zero in just on a little bit of it. All right, let's try this again. Keep your eye right on that little thing right there. Just click Apply, and it goes away. Now let's take a listen to all of the audio first. Voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. But if Okay, so hopefully you can hear that the voice still sounds great. Voiceover recordings is to... So it didn't affect the quality of that whole phrase, and it got rid of the voice click. So let's undo, make the voice click come back. Right there. So redo it, make it go away. Voiceover recordings is to prevent them from happening in the first place. And that's it. I didn't even have to touch the knob. All I had to do was open it up, Effect, Mouth Declicker, and click Apply. This is the default setting. Like I said, in some of my other tests, I did have to raise the knob a little bit to increase the sensitivity in order to get rid of the click. But in this case, all I had to do was use the default setting. If you've ever had to deal with this problem before, you know that this is a game changer. It really is. If I wanted to, I could choose this entire file here and run the declicker on it, and the audio quality would remain the same, except the voice clicks would be removed. That would obviously make editing long audio files much, much faster. So I mentioned that it was not only easy, but also affordable. So how affordable are we talking here? I did a review of the Accusonus Era bundle a little while back. And like I said, they've got some great tools in their bundle. The noise remover, the de-esser, and the plosive remover are especially helpful, and I demonstrated them in here with videos, and you can hear the audio as well. They have changed their plan so that you don't just buy it once. It isn't just a one-time payment. It's now a monthly payment of only $8. So you pay $8, and they've also added some other tools here. The Era Bundle Standard, you can see all of the tools that are in the bundle. You get all of these for $8 a month, and you will always have the latest version. And that is a lot more affordable than having to drop $300 for some of the other programs I was talking about. So that's it for this video. I really just wanted to tell you about the new mouth declicker. And I am going to update this review here with the new bundle. There are some new tools like I mentioned, so I'm going to try those out, and I'll update this page on the Homebrew Audio site with the new bundle, and I'll let you all know about that as soon as that is done. If you want to grab your copy of the Era Bundle Standard and start using the mouth declicker right away for $8 a month, I have put a link in the description of this video below. Just click on that and you'll be on your way.